Entrepreneurs and innovators are oftentimes confronted with problems they want to solve. Other times they see a niche in a market that they could commercialize and deliver a new product or service to. Either way, people who bring new ideas to market will have to work hard doing their research. Remember, entrepreneurs and innovators will have to work extra hard to make their vision a reality. If you recall the last video, we heard about the stories of 6 people who each noticed a problem they want to solve. And now, they believe they have the possible solutions to these problems. After racking their brains for weeks to attempt to come up with possible solutions, each of them now believes they are getting close. Remember our entrepreneurs and innovators. Jorge worked security and was asked by his NFL franchise to make entering games easier and faster for fans. Patricia is a doctor who wants to make medical diagnoses more accurate for small market hospitals. Billy is a home cook and a New Jersey native who wants to bring pizza to the plates of his new hometown. Sophia was dismayed when she realized that many children at the school which she volunteered did not have enough books to read at home. Brendan, he's the tinkerer and handyman who is totally grossed out by toothbrush water. And finally, Kamal is a young techie who landed a job with a medical research center. He's got big dreams about making the whole world healthier and safer. Each of these problems and opportunities is unique. But here's what's wonderful. Each of these people is uniquely qualified to tackle these challenges. Their life experience, education, talent level, vision, and access to resources will all be necessary if they are to succeed. You should recognize that no one has all the knowledge or skills to innovate, develop, produce, and market an idea from start to finish. There's wisdom in recognizing when you should get help. And in the innovation process, that usually means outsourcing a task to somebody else who's got different knowledge and skills. And that's another exciting thing about entrepreneurship. Imagine solving a problem for someone and making their life better. Our 6 entrepreneurs and innovators can add value to the lives of people they serve and make the problem a thing of the past. Or maybe they will add something of value that will simply make people happier. Jorge goes to a couple games to watch how fans currently enter the stadium. A huge group of people descend on the 6 main gates within 45 minutes of kickoff. Each person must go through a metal detector, open their bags, and open their coats. Jorge does weeks of research. He calls dozens of teams in the league, and he interviews security experts. And then he goes to a local university to talk to a sociologist. This is a big problem for teams in college and in the pros. Jorge knows if he can come up with a solution, he will have something that can be used across the globe. Patricia and her college friend are also doing research. They discover that they are not the only people who are trying to use technology to minimize incorrect medical diagnoses. There are companies across the world who have gigantic medical databases of billions of cases and pieces of data. But these two know that they are finding solutions for small hospitals and not big hospitals. Patricia and her partner have found a niche. A niche is a small segment of a market or population to which a product or service will have an application and it might be sold. To their dismay, a firm from another country is offering a similar product to what they hope to create, and they are distraught. But upon closer inspection, they see that the other company has problems with its product and service. To become more competitive, Patricia and her partner pivot. That means that they're going to change direction to accommodate an unforeseen circumstance. Billy has spent the last 6 months experimenting with pizza. He's researched restaurant websites and interviewed dozens of real people. On the advice of a neighbor, he went to a local incubator. An incubator is a place with support staff and resources to help people start new businesses. There, Billy meets a retired restaurateur who agrees to take him under her wing. Her name is Karen, and she loves Billy's pizza. Billy has discovered that there are resources all over his city to help him start his little pizzeria. But he needs to find a location, find funding, and make a concrete plan. He finds himself on the phone with his mentor, Karen, several times per week. They both have begun to look at possible locations. Sophia wants to get books into the homes of kids who live in tough economic conditions. She's in luck. She knows dozens and dozens of people in the publishing industry, and she knows that they have lots of books. She begins to do research and discovers that disadvantaged kids will benefit greatly by hearing more words and reading books in their homes. This motivates her more. She writes a business plan and proposes that she create a non-profit business. She will hire trucks to go to publishers, pick up books, and then she will store them in a warehouse in 3 cities to start. Sophia is perfect for this job. Her connections and her experience allow her to get rapid access to surplus books. She begins to research for ways to save money on shipping, hauling, and organizing these millions of books. Since Brendan had his unfortunate accident in the bathroom, he spent hours and hours on the internet to see if there's a product that solves the problem of the disgusting bathroom cup dilemma. He can't find anything, so he's aggravated. He turns that frustration into action, and he begins to draw things on paper, and then he begins to use computer-aided design. Month after month, Brendan ventures down to his basement to fiddle at his workbench. He's made dozens of prototypes so far. Some are identical, almost identical, but Brendan knows the difference. He's becoming an expert on a product that does not yet exist. It seems like a trivial problem to solve, but those cups are gross, and Brendan is determined to make them obsolete. And finally, our 6th visionary is Kamal and his group. Working for his research center has invigorated his creative spirit. And working next to so many brilliant people motivates him to come up with incredible ideas. His parents came from a poor country that suffers from periodic disease outbreaks and poor nutrition. One night, while watching TV, he sees a commercial for a smartwatch. It mentions that this device can take a person's pulse and blood pressure. Now Kamal feels like he's been shot out of a cannon. He has ideas to take several types of technology to help save lives around the globe. He tells everyone at work in the Friday session about what he saw on TV. Kamal knows that if he can track some basic vital statistics about people in a poor country, he can help governments stop the outbreak of terrible diseases in their tracks. He can also advise them how to improve the overall health of everybody. Remember that the entrepreneurs and innovators need to have a vision and the tenacity, confidence, and motivation to pursue that vision. They must also be prepared to work hard and refine their idea. And entrepreneurs and innovators must be ready to have their ideas challenged, broken down, and maybe even scrapped. Each of these 6 people will have to work very hard to make their vision a reality. They'll need to be flexible, always ask questions, always dig deeper, and think critically. They need to be nimble and be ready to change and pivot. So let's see how they do when they begin to gather resources to bring their ideas to fruition. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.